So like I said in yesterday's video, 10 types is not enough. There's a lot more than 10 types of Neverwinter players. So here's 10 more just for you. Roll it. Welcome back. It's rare to encounter a Neverwinter gamer who fits neatly into one type. Most Neverwinter players will display attributes of many types to a greater or a lesser degree. The important thing is to recognize that Neverwinter gamers are motivated in different ways. You need to understand what makes Neverwinter gamers tick and apply these motivations to your learning initiatives. If you can do that successfully, everybody's a winner. This time around, we're going to start this from the number 11, since I did 10 from the previous video. So it'll just continue forward that way. 11, 12, 13, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. 11, the cheater. The cheater tries every underhanded trick in the book just to get ahead of their competitors. In the world of Neverwinter, this can range from playful teasing to all-out name-calling. I've seen this mostly from PvPers, but it's not restricted only to PvPers. On the whole, cheaters see only one goal: victory at all costs, and they don't care who they have to trample to get there. They will try to exploit every glitch and bug in the game. There aren't many positive things you can say about cheaters, but you would need to admire their ingenious hacks and workarounds that they come up with. Thinking outside in the box in this way is something to be encouraged, not the actual hack. The question is, how do you cheat the cheaters and turn their cutthroat compulsions into a force for good? 12. The achiever. The most defining feature of a game is arguably the ability to win or lose. We may play Neverwinter for the simple enjoyment of the experience, but in our heart of hearts, we want to win. Achievers feel this urge more keenly than others. They want to rise to the challenge and beat every dungeon, skirmish, or trial they come across. It's not enough to simply win, however. Achievers want to share their successes with everyone. If other people can't gape with awe at their vast collection of gear, achievers might just lose the motivation to continue. The thirst for challenge is the main driver for achievers. They need to make sure that there's enough challenges to satisfy their appetite, and also make sure that they get more difficult as the player progresses. That literally means more achievements and goals to strive for. 13. The explorers. Where achievers have a result-oriented mindset, explorers prefer the process. They are naturally curious people, and this curiosity is your secret weapon when it comes to engaging them. They arrive in the uncharted territory of every module or campaign with a desire to turn over every stone and discover every secret. For explorers, there is no such thing as failure, but only discovery. Every time they stumble on their journey, they make a mental note to avoid the same mistake in the future. Many explorers will assume the role of a cartographer, mapping the land for anyone who follows in their footsteps, and they even go as far as uploading those maps to Discord channels. Most of the explorers will be happy to privately explore the content at their own pace. They create their own exciting journeys for themselves, full of twists and turns. 14. The Socializer. Achievers and explorers mainly play games for their own pleasure, but social interaction plays a huge part in gaming culture, so that can't be any different in the Neverwinter gaming community from the earliest team sports to today's thriving online multiplayer game market. It's clear that gaming isn't supposed to be a solitary affair. Neverwinter gamers will persevere for hours until their thumbs cramp up trying to complete a zone or beat a tricky boss. When they've tried everything they can think of, they turn to their fellow gamers for help. In this case, socializers are happy to come to the rescue. Meanwhile, when they have nobody else to help, socializers will happily congratulate other gamers on their successes, share their opinions, and perhaps even spark the odd heated discussion. The internet has offered countless ways to collaborate and share ideas. Social functionality is so important that you can't afford not to be a part of it. Social features only compound the benefits of the game mechanics, letting learners share their successes with each other. Socializers focus on the topics they're most interested in, and if you're really lucky, they might just form the backbone of your Neverwinter gaming experience. 15. The Elitist. There's a reason seasoned Neverwinter gamers turn off in-game voice chat, because people are screaming at each other and threatening to do unsightly things to family members. It's like a tradition, an awful overblown tradition that the higher ranking players are screaming at the lower levels. When did Neverwinter gaming become a pecking order? Who appointed these higher ranks to be our or your superiors? To me, the word elitist is interchangeable with the word pompous asshole. Elitists claim superiority because they think they are better than everybody else. And must admit, I take great pleasure in spanking every single elitist player I've come across on the DPS leaderboards. It's like a mini orgasm for me of sorts. I literally make a living off embarrassing elitists at every corner. And they are watching my video right now. Aren't you? I see you. I see you. Elitists will mock you directly or indirectly. They will avoid taking you on a specific dungeon or trial run because they assume you're not good enough. They will nitpick at your gear and laugh at you if something you are using is not up to their standards. They will make sly remarks, take jabs at you, and even kick you from the groups if you make one small error. To err is human, and to help someone is superhuman. You asshats. One should never confuse elitism with confidence, though. Sure, both can be compromised and both could describe the other, but confidence can be faked. Sorry for sounding like an after-school special, but what if the appearance of overconfidence is a mask to cover actual feelings? What if the level 80 Wood Elf Barbarian that talks shit in zone chat because you failed a major heroic is just a kid with an abusive parent? What if this is his way to assert control over something in his life? I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying it's probably the case in many situations. To me, elitists suck. Period. 16. The Hoarder. This type of gamer is way more common than you might think. I know many players that can fit into this description. Most hoarders can't help themselves. They find it extremely difficult to get rid of things. The process of actually clicking on a current obsolete item and then discarding it is like kryptonite to them. They can't imagine losing, destroying, or discarding it. There are many reasons for these players to hoard. Some of them hoard because it makes them feel at ease knowing they have everything, even if most of the items they hoard are utterly useless. To them, they are shiny and they won't care if you disagree with them. Some hold on to every little trinket just in case they gain value again at some point, which to be fair is not uncommon. There are many people I know, including myself, who just happen to have 10 extra Batiri companions at the right time, and instead of selling each for 200 astral diamonds, they sold them for millions. People used to think hoarding was a form of an obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, but research suggests they are not the same. Hoarders, in my experience, have an extremely difficult time letting go of items that they have gathered over the years. It doesn't matter if it is a singular potion. The longer they have had it, the more value it has to them. And when they do decide to give something away, they regret it silently and pretend everything is okay, when inside they are literally dying. 17. The Troll. There are times when you can spot trolling from a mile away. Sometimes you can just tell when something has been designed with the express purpose of tricking people and pulling the rug out from underneath them. The goal of any self-respecting gaming troll is to elicit a strong reaction from the intended target. Whether it be laughter or frustration, trolls are deliberately provocative to other gamers with the sole intention of causing maximum disruption. They gain entertainment when they toy with others' emotions. They literally love the feeling of dominating other players' emotions and makes them feel like they are champs. In Neverwinter, trolls are everywhere. In zone chats, trade channels, Zerg channels, alliance chats, guild chats, the forums, on YouTube and even on Twitch. They escaped Middle Earth somehow. But how do you deal with trolling? Just know that trolls are everyday people that operate in the shadows for some laughs on the weekends, and they know that these little jokes can have massive ramifications. But what should you do when you encounter a troll? Simple answer, make use of the ignore button. One of the primary goals of the majority of trolls is to get an overreaction from their victims. This could be either in pursuit of entertainment or a belief that those who fall for trolling are inferior and unable to control their emotions. But before they get what they want from you, simply block them. Without the reaction they crave, trolls are unlikely to continue in their pursuit, and at worst will have to try another tactic. 18. The Soloist. The Soloist is one of the many categories I probably fall into. To be honest, we all fall into multiple categories. Don't just sit there and pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, you. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I know you. Yeah, that's right. I know. A soloist, while he or she enjoys challenging himself by soloing anything under the sun, that doesn't mean they don't like doing group content as well. Even though there are cases and people who solo content because they dislike socializing. Odd as that may sound, it is very true. Not everybody likes interaction. Some are even afraid of it, even if it is through a virtual world and the safety of their own homes or basements. But most soloists just enjoy it. They find it thrilling to know they can do it on their own and not need anybody's help. It's mostly a personal challenge and a feel-good type of thing. There are also those extreme soloists like myself, Grove Street, and a few others I'm probably forgetting right now, who will even solo content or attempt to that is considered not soloable. But me, Grove Street, and many others, like I said, have proven otherwise. Granted, the soloing is getting harder, but that doesn't mean soloists won't keep on soloing. I think that will just motivate us to solo even more. You can be a soloist and very social at the same time. There can be that sweet spot, a balance to it all. You can run group content and solo when you have nothing better to do. Soloing is literally testing yourself, and when you fail, you learn. And once you manage to complete your goal in time, then it just feels awesome. Am I right, soloists? You bet your fruit of the moon underwear I'm right. 19. The Poacher. The Poacher to me is a despicable category, and I find them to be even worse than elitist scums of the earth. The Elitist will at least show you he's an Elitist openly. You will at least know who you are dealing with and be able to act accordingly. But the Poacher, on the other hand, is conniving and sneaky. Most of the time you will never see them coming because they disguise themselves as a willing to join your guild new member. They say all the right things, are extremely polite, and give you a sense of security. But this is all a ruse.
They're taking us for fools. This is a ruse.
Once inside your guild, they will observe and slowly start trying to convince guild members and alliance members to leave and join their guild. They paint their guild as the beacon of hope who will grant you all the riches of the Neverwinter realm, from gear to enchantments to better social networks and better teaching of trials and mechanics. In some cases, they even bribe you and offer free stuff to entice you into leaving your so-called toxic environment for their heaven on earth. Some of the poachers are watching my video right now, and they are most likely going to be the dislikers of this video as well. So hey Poacher, I know who you are, you know I know who you are, and if you didn't know, now you know I know who you are because now you know because I said it.
Welcome to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only...
But me knowing that I know who you are, and if you didn't know, now you know I know that now you know that you know I know. Now you know that I know. Now you know that I know I know. Now you know that I know. Now you know that I know you know. Now I know that you know that I know. So
now that you see me knowing that I so now you see me knowing that I know. So now you see me knowing that I know. So now
I know. Okay. Good. All right, let's forget that just happened. Unfortunately though, it isn't easy to protect your guild or your alliance against poachers. So if they manage to poach some of your members, well then those members were never meant to be part of your family, guild, and social network. So be gone with them. Number 20, the Whiner. The gamer that touts the best skills but never seems to be able to be the best, blaming failures in dungeons on variables supposedly out of their control. The Whiner is the worst person to play against or even with. They whine about every little change in Neverwinter. Every change is a bad change. They will whine and whine and whine with no end in sight. And I'm not talking about being constructive. There's a difference between constructive and whining. I'm talking pure whining, bordering on being crybabies. There are of course redeeming factors though, as this person will always offer up information, tips, and whatever else to get people to like them, and is an overall very gregarious person unless they lose. They are very good friends that should not be underestimated, and patience is the key to keeping them your friend. They never seem satisfied by new releases and can find something wrong with any module, even the ones that they like. These people do make excellent critics at times though. While they do have an opinion and will offer it with some anonymity, they can be easily swayed to change their thoughts with group pressure. So there you have it, the other 10 types of players in Neverwinter. So in total, that makes 20 thus far. And again, there are way more to add. And since this topic seems to be something you're all enjoying, I will make more and more. So keep commenting below, keep giving me ideas for names and types of players. There's a lot I probably missed, and I do have a list, but I keep adding every day because of your comments. So yeah, what's the safe word again? The safe word is more. So give me more things to create. Anyways, that's it for now. Hit that subscribe and make sure to hit that like. Galactic here. Peace out. Stay safe.
Carry